Ray, thanks for coming back in to see me, have a chat about your nutrition and how it can possibly complement your training. How's everything going so far?
Yeah, going really well, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So I was just having a look over a few notes that I took down from your previous consultation with me. There's just a few things I wanted to go through, and maybe that you can work on. Just make just a few little changes over time, and see if they make a difference for you.
Excellent.
Okay. So originally your goal, your nutrition-based goal was eating healthier overall, fueling yourself properly for exercise, and trying to gain better energy. So that was your goal last time. Is that pretty much still what you're looking at?
Yeah, definitely still my goal. Yep.
Okay, no problem. So I looked at your current servings. Now, the reason why I'm going through this is because as a Cert 3 fitness professional, anything beyond my scope, I can't really help you with. So anything I'm going to help you with is based on the Australian Dietary Guidelines, okay? Basically to help you sustain good health and ensure that you're eating a balanced, healthy diet, okay?
Yep.
So according to the Australian Dietary Guidelines, and based on your age, and that you're obviously a male, your current servings for vegetables was 0 to 1, but the diet recommendations is 6 for vegetables. For fruit, it's very similar, it's 0 to 1 as well. You're currently having 2. So just tell me if any of this has changed, but I mean, it hasn't been very long since our last consultation, so I dare say it's probably very similar.
Yep.
Grains is 0 to 1, that's what you're having. The diet recommendations is actually 6, which is quite a lot.
Yeah.
Dairy, you're having 2 to 3. The recommendation is 2.5. So you're well in the range there, which is amazing. And then lean meats is 4 to 5, and the recommendation is 3. So with the Australian Dietary Guidelines, they're called guidelines for a reason, yeah? So we basically think of them as like a baseline for the general population to maintain good health with balanced eating. So there's a few different things that I can help you with to sort of increase your servings for fruits and vegetables and those sorts of things, which we can go through in a second. So at the moment you are having quite a few servings of meats, but I know you enjoy your meat and your protein. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's probably better than not having enough. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
to get the
definitely.
benefit. But the thing I really want to talk about is because the servings of your vegetables, fruits, and your grains is quite low. So I think that we can probably increase those just a little bit, and I can give you some pointers for that. Are you willing to give that a go?
Yeah, really.
Amazing.
Really willing.
Okay. Another thing I want to talk about, and we talked about it last time, was your discretionary choices. Now, those are occasional foods and drinks, and that includes alcohol.
Yep.
And you did tell me that your alcohol was quite limited. You didn't have a lot of those during the week.
No.
You've actually decreased those over time, which is really good to hear. But I think 7 to 9 for an entire week isn't too bad in the whole scheme of things. But I think we can have a look at maybe some other alternatives instead of maybe when you're at work, for example, if you're starting to get sort of like the 3 p.m. slump and you just need a bit of like that sugar hit and you go to get some takeaway or something like that. Just so you can make some more informed choices. Yeah?
Yep.
Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Excellent. Okay. So I think one of the first things we can do is with your vegetables and your fruit and your grains, when you're having your protein for your meat, for example, I think if you can think of like a balanced plate. So if you have sort of half a plate, and you can try and fit maybe fruits and vegetables in that half plate.
Yep.
And then have like a quarter plate of protein, which is your meat, or your lean meats and those sorts of things. And then in the other little quarter of a plate, you have your carbohydrates, which is your grains, your pastas, rice, bread, those sorts of things.
Yep.
If you can kind of visualize something like that, that could really, really help you create a balanced plate to ensure that you're including more vegetables and fruit with your protein. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, amazing. And when you're having, do you like wraps and sandwiches and those sorts of things?
Yeah, I'm not limited by any choices. I can normally eat most things. It's good.
Yeah, cool. So I think with that in that kind of situation as well, if you can maybe add just a little bit more leafy greens and some salad vegetables, particularly raw ones, to your to your wraps and your sandwiches and your meals, it'll be a lot easier to increase your fruit and vegetable intake and your grains intake as well.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Amazing. And you're not a big cereal person in the morning, for example?
No, I don't usually have cereal. No.
Yeah. So what do you usually have in the morning?
Oh, look, I'd probably like a couple of eggs.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I could probably add a slice of toast or something like that.
Yes,
you think?
absolutely.
Could,
yeah, definitely. Just to increase your grain intake. But at the same time, if you're going to have eggs, maybe think about adding maybe just a bit of baby spinach or something like that. There's your leafy greens, and when you cook them with your eggs, they just pretty much shrivel down to nothing. You don't even realise sometimes you're eating it. So
how about a little quarter of an avocado or something like that?
You could have a quarter of an avocado as well, and that's good healthy fats. So that's a really good idea.
Yeah, great.
That's really cool. You're getting the idea. I'll just touch on discretionary choices, because you have mentioned in the past that when you're at work, you don't often take food with you to work, and you go visit the canteen and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
What do you usually order from the canteen for lunch?
Look, I'm probably a bit of a sucker if there's a burger in the thing ready to go. Might get a burger and some chips or.
Yeah. So, but what's on that burger though?
Oh, look, there is probably some protein. It's normally either a crumb chicken or a crumb chicken breast, or potentially a burger patty in beef.
Mm-hmm.
But they certainly do have other options, and it's probably something I could probably look at, because they certainly have pre-made wraps with, again, protein and salad, or pre-made sandwiches with proteins and salads.
So there's plenty of options there to choose from.
Yeah.
It's just about making the informed choice, So if you can maybe start to think about maybe changing it up and finding options that have your protein and the salad and, because it's got bread or a wrap, that's your grains.
Yes.
That's a balanced plate right there. And then thinking about how it makes you feel. If you just have the wrap or the sandwich and then just stop and think about, if you're full enough, did you really need to have the extra chips on the side? Just those sorts of things, start to think about those. But also I can help you, give you some recipes or some ideas for maybe even trying to start doing a little bit more meal prep and planning at home. And even if you're cooking dinner, for example, make that little bit extra so you have leftovers for the next day, because then you know exactly what's going into your meal, and it's going to taste, because the flavours develop as well. It's going to be amazing for the next day. And then I think that'll keep you fuller for longer and will sustain you give you more energy for the day. And then I don't think you feel like you need to snack on those discretionary choices so often. Does that kind of make sense?
No, it does.
Yeah, excellent. All right. Did you have any other questions, or do you have any other concerns with any of that or anything at the moment?
No, I think that's all good. Look, I was thinking about maybe increasing my my training load.
Okay.
Training's feeling really, really good, and I think I can squeeze another couple of sessions in.
Amazing.
So I was just thinking, if you could give me some ideas or some pointers on maybe what I should try and slip in before I train, if I'm if I'm feeling a bit flat and want to get some energy in. Yeah, perfect. Well, I mean that sort of stems from your goal that we talked about before as well, just better energy. But yes, you're definitely going to up your training. I can actually meet up with you, have a check-in once a week, just to see how your eating is going, and if you need any more ideas for meal planning, any of that sort of thing. But if you find that you still need that little bit more specialised help, I'd probably consider referring you to a qualified nutritionist or an Australian practicing dietitian. So would you be willing for me to refer you to one of those? I think that might be well worth it, especially if you want to up your training and you really want that full benefit to ensure that you're nourishing yourself correctly for your training. And ultimately, one, to give you energy, but two, to prevent injury as well, because you really want to make sure that you're recovering properly. Yeah, does that sound good? Excellent. Alrighty, I think that's just about it. Yeah, any other questions? No, all good.
Okay, thank you, Ray.
Thanks.